Hello everybody, welcome to my channel.
Kim Alexis is an American model, actress, and television personality who rose to prominence in the late 1970s and 1980s as one of the most recognizable faces in the fashion industry. Born on July 15, 1960, in Lockport, New York, Alexis became a symbol of classic American beauty and professionalism during the golden era of supermodels, a time when models began to achieve celebrity status comparable to that of movie stars. Early life and discovery. Kim Alexis grew up in a close-knit family in upstate New York and showed early talent in both academics and athletics. She was particularly drawn to swimming, competing at a high level during her school years. Her athletic background later contributed to her wholesome and healthy image, a trait that would distinguish her in an industry often associated with extremes. Her modeling career began almost by chance. At age 18, Alexis was discovered by a representative from the prestigious Elite Model Management Agency. She quickly moved to New York City, where her natural beauty, intelligence, and professionalism helped her stand out in the competitive world of high fashion. Modeling career. By the early 1980s, Kim Alexis had become one of the most sought-after models in the world. She appeared on the covers of over 500 magazines, including Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, Cosmopolitan, and Glamour. She also became one of the signature faces of Revlon, representing their Natural Wonder campaign and helping to redefine beauty standards toward a more athletic and approachable image. Alongside contemporaries such as Christy Brinkley, Cheryl Tiegs, and Carol Alt, Alexis was part of a generation that elevated modeling into mainstream celebrity culture. Her blonde hair, blue eyes, and radiant smile made her an icon of the 1980s, often representing the all-American ideal. Television and acting. In addition to modeling, Kim Alexis successfully transitioned to television and film. She hosted several health and fitness-related programs, including Healthy Kids and Daily Edition, reflecting her lifelong commitment to wellness. She also appeared on shows like Cheers, The Love Boat, and Family Feud, and participated in reality competitions such as The Celebrity Apprentice. Her film appearances include roles in Body Bags, 1993, and See Jane Run, 1995, demonstrating her versatility beyond the runway. Personal life and advocacy. Kim Alexis has long advocated for healthy living, fitness, and natural beauty. She has written about wellness topics and encouraged women to embrace self-care and authenticity. Married twice, she is a mother of 3 sons and continues to be active in promoting holistic health and faith-based living. Legacy. Kim Alexis remains a respected figure in the fashion and entertainment worlds, not just for her beauty and success, but for her grace, intelligence, and longevity. She helped pave the way for models to build enduring careers beyond the runway and continues to inspire new generations with her positive approach to aging, wellness, and self-confidence. In her later years, Kim Alexis has continued to evolve beyond her modeling fame, channeling her experiences into motivational work, writing, and advocacy for wellness and spirituality. Her transition from high fashion to a voice for health and faith has made her one of the most enduring figures among the supermodels of her generation. Later career and public presence. During the 1990s and 2000s, Kim Alexis became a familiar face on television outside the realm of fashion. She worked as a health correspondent and fitness expert, appearing on networks like NBC, CBS, and Lifetime. Her goal was to educate the public about the importance of exercise, nutrition, and mental balance, values that had defined her personal life since her athletic youth. She hosted the show Healthy Kids on the Family Channel and later appeared as a health advocate on Daily Edition. Alexis also made guest appearances on various talk shows and news programs, where she discussed topics ranging from clean eating to aging gracefully. Her approach to fitness was always balanced, emphasizing natural wellness over strict dieting or perfectionism. This made her relatable to audiences who admired her authenticity. Writing and public speaking. Alexis has also authored and contributed to books about health and lifestyle. In her writings and public talks, she often focuses on spiritual strength, faith, and personal transformation, encouraging readers and listeners to prioritize inner wellness as much as outward appearance. She emphasizes that beauty comes from living truthfully, treating one's body with respect, and maintaining a strong moral foundation. Her Christian faith plays a central role in her worldview. Over time, she became known not only as a beauty icon but also as a motivational speaker who inspires others to live purposefully and with gratitude. Personal life. Alexis was married to Jim Stockton, with whom she had 3 sons. Later, she married former NHL hockey player Ron Duguay, though the couple eventually separated. Through her personal experiences, including marriage, motherhood, and life after modeling, Alexis has spoken openly about the challenges of maintaining balance and identity in a public career. She has often shared reflections on the changing standards of beauty, the pressures young women face, and the importance of staying grounded amid fame. Despite stepping back from the spotlight, Alexis remains an active figure in philanthropy and continues to attend select public events and fashion reunions. Legacy and influence. Alexis stands among the elite group of models who shaped the supermodel phenomenon of the 1980s, women who were not just faces in magazines, but cultural symbols of a new kind of female empowerment. Her influence endures through her message that beauty is more than skin deep, and that success is best measured by integrity, resilience, and faith. Many of today's models and lifestyle influencers cite Alexis as an inspiration for her natural image and her advocacy of a balanced, spiritual life. Even decades after her debut, Alexis continues to be celebrated as a trailblazer who redefined glamour with authenticity, a woman whose legacy extends far beyond fashion, touching the realms of health, personal growth, and empowerment. Influence on 1980s fashion and the supermodel era. Alexis's rise to fame coincided with a pivotal moment in the modeling world, the birth of the supermodel era, when fashion models transcended magazines and runways to become global celebrities. Her clean-cut, athletic beauty and radiant professionalism made her a central figure in this transformation. In the late 1970s and 1980s, Alexis embodied the all-American ideal: blonde, blue-eyed, healthy, and confident, yet she carried that image with warmth and approachability, distinguishing herself from the more aloof archetype that had dominated earlier decades. She represented a new kind of woman who could be glamorous yet relatable, elegant yet down-to-earth. Her face appeared everywhere, from the covers of Vogue, Elle, Harper's Bazaar, Mademoiselle, and Cosmopolitan to major ad campaigns for Revlon, CoverGirl, and Clairol. Her long association with Revlon's Natural Wonder campaign became one of the most memorable in beauty advertising, setting the tone for future marketing that celebrated a more real kind of beauty. Alongside icons like Christy Brinkley, Paulina Porizkova, Carol Alt, and Cheryl Tiegs, Alexis helped bring modeling into mainstream culture. They were featured on television, in films, and on talk shows, a breakthrough that made them household names and paved the way for later generations of models such as Cindy Crawford, Elle Macpherson, and Claudia Schiffer. Fashion photographers loved Alexis for her versatility. She could project high fashion sophistication in one shoot and natural American charm in another. Her poise and reliability also made her a favorite among designers and editors, who praised her for being professional, punctual, and grounded, qualities not always common in the glamorous, high-pressure world of modeling. Style and image. Alexis's personal style was a blend of classic elegance and sporty confidence. Her background as an athlete gave her a natural grace and strength that showed in her posture and movement. This made her an ideal representative of the 1980s shift toward fitness and vitality as components of beauty, a cultural trend mirrored by the aerobics craze, sportswear fashion, and the rise of wellness consciousness. She became one of the first models to popularize the image of the healthy beauty, radiant skin, natural makeup, glowing confidence. In doing so, Alexis helped expand the concept of femininity in fashion beyond the fragile or mysterious archetypes of the past. Cultural impact and legacy. Alexis's impact extended beyond fashion photography. She helped humanize the modeling profession, showing that models could be articulate, intelligent, and multidimensional. Her later work in television and health media reinforced this idea, as she shifted from posing in front of cameras to speaking about real-world issues, from self-esteem to physical wellness and faith. Her influence is still felt in how models are marketed and perceived today. Modern figures like Gisele Bündchen and Karlie Kloss, both known for their healthy, active lifestyles, echo the standard Alexis helped establish decades earlier. Moreover, Alexis has been vocal about the pressures of the industry, the fleeting nature of fame, and the importance of cultivating identity beyond appearance. Her story reflects the evolution of the modeling world itself, from beauty as a profession to beauty as empowerment. Continuing presence today, Alexis occasionally appears at fashion retrospectives, nostalgia events, and charity galas celebrating the legacy of the 1980s supermodels. She remains active on social media, where she shares messages about faith, fitness, aging gracefully, and gratitude. Fans often praise her for her authenticity. She continues to represent the natural beauty and confidence that first made her a star. In every sense, Alexis is not just a former supermodel but a symbol of timeless grace and integrity. Her journey, from a small-town swimmer to an international fashion icon, and later a wellness advocate, reflects a life lived with discipline, compassion, and self-awareness. She remains one of the most enduring and respected figures in the history of American fashion. Philosophy on aging, health, and inner beauty. In recent decades, Alexis has become increasingly recognized not just as a former supermodel but as a voice of wisdom and authenticity about aging and self-acceptance. As she's transitioned through different stages of life, she's shared openly about the challenges and rewards of growing older in an industry obsessed with youth. Her reflections reveal a philosophy centered on faith, gratitude, and inner strength, values that have guided her from her modeling years to the present. In interviews and public appearances, Alexis often emphasizes that true beauty is a reflection of the soul, not a measure of appearance. She believes that confidence, compassion, and purpose are the foundations of lasting attractiveness. As she once said in an interview, beauty fades, but character endures. What really draws people to you is your energy, your kindness, and your integrity. Aging gracefully and staying authentic. Unlike many of her peers who pursued the spotlight or cosmetic perfection, Alexis has embraced the process of aging naturally. She encourages women to care for their bodies without obsessing over perfection, to nurture themselves with good food, rest, faith, and love rather than constant comparison. Her philosophy rejects the cultural pressure to stay young at all costs. Instead, she promotes the idea of aging with vitality and purpose. For her, aging is not decline, it's evolution. She maintains her fitness through moderate exercise, yoga, and swimming, still reflecting the athletic discipline that shaped her youth. She also reminds her followers that spiritual health is as vital as physical health. Alexis has said that keeping one's mind and heart aligned through prayer, reflection, and service to others creates a sense of inner peace that radiates outward, a kind of beauty that can't be bought or faked. Faith and personal transformation. Faith has been a defining element in Kim Alexis's life. Over the years, she has spoken candidly about how her belief in God gave her direction when the fashion world's demands felt overwhelming. She often credits her spiritual journey for helping her stay grounded amid fame, criticism, and personal trials. She describes her faith as something that gave her clarity and balance, especially after leaving the modeling spotlight and navigating life as a mother and public figure. Through her writing and speaking engagements, she encourages others to find meaning beyond worldly success and to build resilience through faith and self-love. Guidance for younger generations. Kim Alexis continues to serve as a mentor and role model for younger women entering the modeling or entertainment industries. Her message to them is consistent. Know your worth before the world tries to define it for you. She reminds aspiring models to develop their intellect, pursue education, and never lose touch with who they are outside of their appearance. She also addresses social media culture, observing how digital filters and online competition can distort self-image. Her advice is simple yet powerful. Don't compare your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. You are enough as you are. Today and legacy. Now in her 60s, Kim Alexis continues to exude the natural radiance that made her famous. She splits her time between family life, speaking engagements, and community outreach. Her public presence, whether through interviews, faith-based events, or wellness talks, is rooted in sincerity and gratitude. Her enduring legacy is that of a woman who evolved gracefully from supermodel to spiritual mentor and health advocate. She showed that fame could coexist with humility, that beauty could grow with age, and that one's purpose can deepen long after the spotlight fades. Kim Alexis remains a reminder that the most powerful kind of beauty is not about perfection, but about peace, a quiet strength born from authenticity, kindness, and faith. Career highlights and iconic work. Over the course of her prolific modeling career, Kim Alexis became one of the most photographed women in the world. Her face graced hundreds of magazine covers and countless advertisements, making her a defining presence in fashion from the late 1970s through the 1990s. She was one of the rare models whose appeal transcended the boundaries of fashion, admired not only by designers and photographers but also by the general public for her radiant, healthy, and genuine image. Magazine covers and editorial success. From her early years in New York, Kim Alexis quickly rose to international prominence. By the early 1980s, she was appearing regularly on the covers of major publications such as Vogue, American, French, Italian, and British editions, Harper's Bazaar, Cosmopolitan, Elle, Mademoiselle, Glamour, Redbook, Self and Shape, reflecting her fitness influence. Her ability to adapt her look, from high fashion sophistication to clean American casual, made her a favorite for both editorial and commercial shoots. She embodied the perfect balance of elegance and approachability, giving her mass appeal at a time when the industry was shifting toward more relatable beauty ideals. Iconic advertising campaigns. One of Alexis's most memorable roles was as the face of Revlon's Natural Wonder line. This campaign was a cultural milestone, celebrating women who were naturally beautiful and confident without excess. The images of Alexis with glowing skin, minimal makeup, and her signature golden hair became synonymous with early 1980s beauty, vibrant, fresh, and healthy. She also worked with other major brands, including CoverGirl, Clairol, Maybelline, Victoria's Secret, Saks Fifth Avenue, Ralph Lauren, Donna Karan, Calvin Klein. Her versatility allowed her to move seamlessly between beauty campaigns and luxury fashion, something few models achieved at the time. Work with legendary photographers throughout her career, Kim Alexis collaborated with many of the most respected photographers in the fashion world. These included Irving Penn, Arthur Elgort, Francesco Scavullo, Richard Avedon, Patrick Demarchelier, Helmut Newton, Albert Watson. Each of these photographers captured a different side of Alexis, from Penn's minimalist elegance to Scavullo's glamorous energy. Their collective work with her helped define the visual language of 1980s beauty, runway and fashion shows. Although primarily known for print work, Kim Alexis also appeared on select runways during her career, walking for designers such as Halston, Oscar de la Renta, and Calvin Klein. Her presence was known for its poise rather than extravagance. She projected quiet confidence rather than theatrics, which perfectly suited the aesthetic of refined American design. Transition to media and acting. In the late 1980s and 1990s, Alexis leveraged her fame to transition into television. She hosted Healthy Kids and appeared as a fitness expert on numerous programs, helping to popularize the concept of wellness as a lifestyle. Her image, athletic yet glamorous, resonated perfectly with the era's growing fascination with aerobics, natural foods, and holistic living. She made cameo appearances in several television series, including The Love Boat, Cheers, and The Fall Guy, and starred in the TV movie See Jane Run, 1995. In 1993, she appeared in John Carpenter's horror anthology film Body Bags, showing her range as an actress. In the 2000s, Alexis participated in reality television, appearing on The Celebrity Apprentice and Family Feud's Celebrity Editions, where her charm and good humor reminded audiences why she had become such a beloved figure. Industry reputation. Within the modeling world, Kim Alexis was known for her professionalism, discipline, and kindness. She was often praised by photographers and stylists for her punctuality and humility, traits that set her apart in a high-pressure industry. Many contemporaries described her as the professional's professional, a model who made everyone's job easier. Her grounded attitude and work ethic reflected her small-town upbringing and athletic discipline. Even at the height of fame, she avoided the party scene that consumed many models of the 1980s, preferring to live quietly and focus on her health and family. Enduring recognition. Kim Alexis's legacy continues to be celebrated in retrospectives and documentaries about the golden age of modeling. She's often cited as one of the first models to bridge the gap between beauty and wellness, and as a pioneer in transforming modeling into a platform for broader influence. Fashion historians and critics frequently mention Alexis in the same breath as Christie Brinkley, Iman, and Jerry Hall, models who helped shape public perception of beauty during one of fashion's most dynamic decades. Her image still appears in archives, coffee table books, and fashion exhibits celebrating the 1980s, an era when she helped define what it meant to be a supermodel, not just a mannequin for clothes, but a symbol of confidence, vitality, and modern womanhood. The supermodel sisterhood. Kim Alexis and the golden age of modeling. During the height of her career in the 1980s, Kim Alexis was part of a powerful wave of women who forever changed the public's perception of models. This period, often referred to as the golden age of the supermodel, saw models become household names, brand ambassadors, and pop culture icons. Alexis stood at the center of this transformation, not only as one of its most recognizable faces but also as one of its most respected and admired professionals. a new kind of fame before the late 1970s. Models were largely anonymous, beautiful women seen in magazines but rarely recognized by name. Kim Alexis helped change that. Alongside contemporaries like Christy Brinkley, Cheryl Tiegs, Carol Alt, Kelly Emberg, and later Paulina Poroskova and Elle Macpherson, Alexis became a symbol of a new era. Models with charisma, individuality, and public voices. They appeared on talk shows, in commercials, and even as TV personalities. These women weren't just selling clothes, they were selling confidence, lifestyle, and aspiration. Alexis's image, especially, reflected a blend of strength and sincerity, representing a healthy, intelligent beauty that resonated deeply with American audiences. Camaraderie and professionalism. While the modeling world was undeniably competitive, Kim Alexis was known for fostering camaraderie rather than rivalry. Many photographers and stylists who worked during that period recall that Alexis set a tone of respect and warmth on set. She was generous with younger models, often sharing advice about how to stay balanced in a career that could be psychologically demanding. She believed that women could succeed without undermining one another, and she exemplified that belief throughout her career. This spirit of mutual support helped shape what came to be called the supermodel sisterhood, a phenomenon in which the world's top models often collaborated rather than competed. Appearing together on covers, in runway shows, and in campaigns, media collaborations, and public appearances, Kim Alexis appeared with other modeling icons in numerous campaigns and television events that celebrated the power and allure of the new modeling generation. In fashion editorials, she was often photographed alongside Christy Brinkley, Iman, Brooke Shields, and Beverly Johnson, each representing a unique type of beauty but united by their professionalism and star quality. She participated in special features for Vogue and Harper's Bazaar highlighting the faces of the decade, which placed her among the top figures defining beauty standards of the 1980s. Alexis also joined group fashion specials and charity runway events that celebrated the unity and glamour of the modeling world, including fashion galas for causes like cancer research and children's health. Her willingness to use her fame for charitable purposes became one of her trademarks. She saw modeling not merely as a profession but as a platform to inspire and give back. Transitioning role models. By the 1990s, as a new generation of models, such as Cindy Crawford, Linda Evangelista, and Christy Turlington, began to dominate the industry, Kim Alexis had already paved much of the groundwork. Her career demonstrated that a model could have longevity, integrity, and public respect, not just fleeting beauty. Cindy Crawford, in particular, has spoken about how the athletic, healthy image of earlier models like Alexis influenced her own career. The same can be said for later figures such as Gisele Bündchen, who carried forward that legacy of natural, confident femininity. Influence beyond fashion. Even after stepping back from the runway, Alexis remained deeply connected to the world she helped define. She frequently participated in reunion events, fashion retrospectives, and interviews reflecting on how modeling evolved from her era. In these discussions, she often speaks about the responsibility that comes with visibility, reminding younger models that fame should be paired with gratitude, humility, and authenticity. She's also been part of projects celebrating the legacy of 1980s supermodels, including photo books and documentaries chronicling the rise of modeling as both an art form and a cultural force. A lasting sisterhood. To this day, Kim Alexis maintains friendships and mutual respect with many of her former colleagues. The supermodel sisterhood that began during the height of her fame has endured as a testament to how these women supported each other through a rapidly changing industry. They were the first to experience the double-edged sword of celebrity, intense public
Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.